What's up, everyone? Welcome to Talk Verti to Me, Merry Vertmas, my holiday of getting as much vertical feet I can in the month of December. Vertmas is going strong. I'm like 26,000 feet in, I believe, as of the 13th of the month, but tomorrow going to Killington to do a big day of uphill. And I thought it would be fun to show you my winter training gear and ski quiver for my like uphill and Nordic skiing. Just to get an idea of, how I'm training in the winter, the gear I use for it, and yeah, how I'm occupying my time. So I think first would be to go over my skis. That's kind of the coolest thing in my opinion. And I thought I'd start with my sort of like daily driver go-to uphill ski. So that for me is the Black Crow's Orb Freebird, which is a 90 underfoot ski. I have it in a 167 length, which is good for me, slightly long. I like to be more like 164, 165, but this is the closest length that they had. And then on it, I have mounted an ATK Coular 9-din binding, which is a pretty lightweight binding, a little more robust than like your dedicated like Skimo race bindings. A larger heel, but very lightweight, like no brakes. Essentially the tier right below your race binding. And I have Black Crow's partnership with Pomoka, I believe. They're pre-cut skins on the ski, and I really enjoy this ski. I think it's pretty sick looking. I enjoy the Black Crows. Yeah, I mean, it's a great, just like everyday ski. It's pretty lightweight. I don't have the exact weight on it, but it's light enough on the uphills, and then ski's awesome on the downhills. Like I was looking for the lightest setup I could get while still being able to, do some airs, do some drops, and I think I'm able to do that. I don't really feel like I'm compromising on the downhill much in terms of the ski and binding. So I love this ski. I love this setup, and it sort of inspired me for my lighter setup, where I was looking to get an effort ski, so like a Skimo race ski, and I was so impressed by my ATK Coular bindings that the first thing I knew I wanted was to get some ATK Trofeo bindings, which is their like lighter, more race-oriented setup, but budget. And I got that and mounted it on a Movement Race Pro 66, which is just absurdly light. It's, super thin. I haven't gotten to use this yet, but I'm going to use it tomorrow. And yeah, it's crazy. I have this in a 150 length, which, yes, it's the women's length of their Skimo skis. I got that because it was on sale for $200 on some like website that imports gear from Europe. And I'm not looking to do any serious racing. I'm really just looking at like long days and go for segments and doing workouts. And because of that, it doesn't really matter that it's a women's length. I'm pretty small. I'm only like 5'6", 130. So I'm the size of a lot of women. So I think it's okay to use a women's ski for that. Like I said, I have the ATK Trofeo binding mounted on it. And so these are my two uphill skis. I really enjoy my Black Crow's Orb Freebird with the ATK Coular, and I'm hoping that this Movement Race Pro skis uphill really well. I expect it will, and then I know on the downhills it'll kind of be survival skiing, like just getting down groomers while I can. But to pair with these two skis, I have two boots as well, both made by Atomic. One of them is the Atomic Backland UL. This is sort of my ski that I pair with my Black Crow's Orb Freebird. So it's my daily driver boot. I really enjoy it as a BOA dial, which makes it really easy to just like dial on the fit. I get a pretty precise lockdown, and then it has a nice locking collar here, which, yeah, it's pretty secure. And then let's transition there. I'd say this boot actually is pretty roomy, which, I really enjoy for like an easier day. It's not as precise on the downhill as maybe some people want their boots to be, but I really go for comfort over downhill performance. My other boot is still in the Atomic Backland family. It's the Atomic Backland Ultimate, so this is their like Skimo race boot. It's not quite a race boot compared to other brands, It's a little more robust, and it's sort of perfect for what I'm looking for. Those like designated race boots look ridiculous, and yeah, I don't know. I still care about downhill safety most importantly. And that's why I actually got this half a size big for me, and then put a liner from a Technica 0G touring boot. So it's a really thin, lightweight boot, but with slightly burlier liner. And I think it makes it ski a lot better. I originally had their like Skimo race liner, and I just couldn't do it. Yeah, so I think this ski's awesome now. What I really like about this, it has a one-piece transition, so then it loosens the collar as I flip the transition lever, so I can go from uphill to downhill really, really quickly. And then it locks down just by like a single buckle across the forefoot. Yeah, these do great. I find the Atomic Backland series boots fit my foot really well, and honestly, that's the most important thing. So I'm really happy with them. One thing on this boot is I did break this, they have a cord strap that goes around the top, and I broke it. Let's see here, but I replaced it with a boot shoelace, and it's done the trick so far, but definitely something where like before doing a tour, I need to inspect these and make sure it's not ripping again. So that sort of covers my downhill and touring skis, I guess my alpine skis. Next, I can go over my Nordic setup a little bit. I'm pretty new to Nordic skiing, but I do have a classic setup and a skate setup that I was given by a friend that moved away to California. I guess I'll go over my classic setup first. And that is a Fisher Aero Light classic ski, which is a wax classic ski. However, this might be a stupid idea, I kind of like just did it, but when I cut my skins from my Movement Race Pro, I had some skin left over, and I threw it on the bottom of my classic ski. I'm curious to try how that grips. Sometimes I get frustrated with waxing my skis. So, I thought I'd give it a try. It's like, it was gonna go in the trash anyways, so I threw one on each ski, and I'll see how that works. Yeah, this was my first Nordic ski, and classic skiing frustrates me sometimes. I like skate a lot more, and I kind of wish that I just had a skate ski, and I just got a skate ski off the bat. But when Anna uses my skate skis, because she has combi boots, I use my classic skis, so that's sort of like when I use these, or when we get like fresh snow and I'm not able to go touring, I'll use these. And my classic boots are some Fisher RCS Classic, which they're actually, I really like these boots. They're pretty light, they're very comfortable. Yeah, these are actually my favorite Nordic boot. My classic setup's a lot better than my skate setup currently, but I still like the skate better. For the skate setup, I just have some like, Pelotonin skate skis. I honestly don't really know much about them, other than they get the job done. They're 188 length, which I think is slightly long for me, but I don't complain. Yeah, pretty straightforward with these. Right now, to pair with those skate skis, I just have some Rossignol combi boots. So again, I don't have a skate boot yet, but they do the trick. I just use Nordic skiing for some like zone 2, zone 3 efforts in the winter. So yeah, I don't need anything really fancy with them. I might get a skate boot eventually, but I'm pretty content with those. So that sort of wraps up the skiing portion of this video. When I do uphill skiing, I just have a like Black Diamond climbing helmet that I wear, and just some like big frame glasses. But yeah, pretty straightforward. I think in terms of running in the winter, I find myself reaching for trail shoes a lot, even if I'm just running on the road, because it can be pretty icy and snowy. And because of that, I think it's really important to get like a really good, comfortable, but lightweight trail running shoe to do road running in. And for me, not a big surprise because it's like my favorite trail shoe ever, but I have the Adidas Terrex Agravic Speed just the Agravic Speed. Super lightweight, has Light Strike Pro and Light Strike cushioning, non-plated, so decently flexible. And the one thing is I hated the laces on these shoes, so I swapped out the laces just for some like normal and basic shoelaces, and lockdown is a lot better now. I think one good thing about this is like the upper is very minimal and doesn't hold any water. And that's good because like in the winter, if you get, like when I get road shoes and I step in a puddle, my feet can be wet and freezing cold the whole run and it can ruin it. So I use this for most of my road running. I think the other thing is having a trail shoe that I can do my workouts in is kind of important. And for that, I have some Hoka Tecton X1s. You know, they have Vibram outsole, so grippy, but pretty minimal, so comfortable on the road. And they have carbon plates, so they have like that stiffness that allows me to go faster at my workouts that I really like. So those are the two trail shoes that I use on the road or like light trails in the winter. But then on the trails themselves where they're snowy and icy, I still like to run. And that's where I reach for this Merrell Agility 5 Peak Gore-Tex, which is a really nice like Gore-Tex, completely waterproof, like gaitered shoe. So I'm not getting my feet wet at all. They do get sweaty, but yeah, these shoes are really comfortable. And one thing I did, because I'm running on ice usually on the trails, is I added some screws to the bottom, just some like, I think 1/4 inch sheet metal screws, and it just allows them to grip a lot better. Thanks so that I can't run on the road in them. It's like super unpleasant to do that, even to like walk in the hallways in my apartment. But when I'm on the trail itself, these are great and they have nice grip. So I really enjoy these. And I think that's everything that I have to show you. Yeah, winter training's been fun. In the winter, I mostly just go by hours. I'm not trying to do any specific training. I'm just trying to get 10 to 15 hours a week, you know, whether that be by Nordic skiing, touring, running, hiking, or I guess one other thing I can show you is by biking on Zwift. And that's something that I think is really important for me for the winter, and something I haven't been doing in December because I'm trying to get a lot of vert in, but having my Zwift set up here with my Specialized Olay and an iPad on the front. So that's everything I have. Yeah, I've been really enjoying winter training. It's sort of a nice change of pace where like, you know, I don't need to care for specifics, just trying to get in the hours. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this, you know, more gear-oriented video. I'll have a video coming out soon on my ski touring tomorrow at Killington. So hopefully that's fun. Hopefully I get in some good vert. Plan is to do a 4-hour time trial. Just, you know, see how much vert I can get in 4 hours, basically. But yeah. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you are practicing vertness yourself. And as always, keep on running.